The reason I'm making now is like I have to roll a lot for you guys to eat enough. So, and then doing the demo, I'm afraid that I couldn't make a fast enough to feed everybody. So I make it ahead. So we can make it ahead. But don't worry, I will teach you how to make this in the film that you can see it. You can see it live. Okay? I'm just making more. You can, yes, start. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Miggi Demeyer. This is, I made this slideshow, but then I find out in the car, I didn't save it. So it's all gone. Because most of my PowerPoint like that I present is in Chinese. I'm known more in Chinese society that I host a radio show, which is for Xingdao, every Thursday morning from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, like the rush driving hour, so people can hear some of the wine knowledge. And as you can see my bio, I hope you can read it. So I'm Chinese, but I'm from Taiwan. I'm not from China. So China is this big. Taiwan is like this here, small one, yeah. And we are democratic and different. We have 2 different governors. And so I've been here for 13 years. 13 years. So, well, my English is still not perfect, but I believe I can speak better English than your Chinese. So I will be okay, right? If I say something wrong or you want to, you definitely can ask me if you didn't hear it well, what I just say, and I can repeat it or spell for you if I spell wrong. Don't ask me the wine varietals, that some of them are very hard. Because today, I'm not only teach you I'm not going to only teach you cooking, I also will mention about food and wine pairing. Because I'm a professional trained chef from CCA, California Culinary Academy, which is I graduated with the highest honor. And 2 years later, I passed my first wine exam, which is I got my intro level of Sommelier, which is exam. I have to know the whole world wine. And then another 2 years later, I got my certified Sommelier. So I'm not only a chef, I'm also a wine. I know wine. So I host a lot of food and wine pairing event in the Bay Area. And I would recently I got a place in. I will host more in down this peninsula area. Yeah. So and I will host in English so everybody can come for food and wine pairing. And I think I will be probably pretty much the most qualified to talk about food and wine pairing in Chinese food and wine pairing because I know how to cook both. I know the wine and I know Chinese food. And Chinese food is very, how to say, very, China is very big. So it's just like United States. It's like United States. We have a California cuisine, right? And there is a Louisiana barbecue. There is a Cajun food. They're all from different regions. It has different spice and different flavor. China is the same. The southern China, which Taiwan actually is southern. So the food is because surrounded by ocean, so they have a lot of seafood. And then because the weather, because the resource of the seafood and a lot of stuff, you don't need to overcook the food because everything is fresh. When the seafood is fresh, you lightly steam and then lightly seasoning. It's so yummy. It's just not like thing you have to frozen, transport to like somewhere in the middle of the Middle West, right? And then you have no fresh caught fish or seafood, then you have to deep fry it. In here, in China, we don't, in China or in southern China, they don't deep fry those stuff. They usually just cook it right away when they are fresh. So today I'm going to introduce 3 dishes. And today this program is from the main library at San Mateo. The student has been telling me this is such a good program because Harley, is it your first time cooking live show? Yes. Yes. So that people can get the experience of this show. And I hosted a Foster City, I think it's a Moon Festival. And then the reaction of the audience is too big. So they asked me come back and I did 7 library this time. Yes, this is my 6th library. Yesterday I had 50 people at the Foster City. and I sold a lot of book, which is I wrote the book. So the 3 dishes I'm going to introduce you because I'm going to start so we can soon have a food to eat. And I don't know whether the door is open because the neighborhood probably will come, just fill up the seat very fast as soon as I start to cook. So as soon as I start to cook, because the aroma is so good. So the first dish is called 3 cups chicken, 3 cup chicken. The second dish is called spring roll. It's a tofu and the shrimp. The third dish is called beef shank, cold cut. So it's a cold cut. You can have the meat to make sandwich, whatever you want to eat. It's a cold dish, appetizer. You bring it out, the first dish of you can prepare ahead for your guests in your party. So that will be the 3 dishes. And what is special about the 3 cup chicken? I'm going to start. I'm heating up the pot. The pot, you can hear it, right? Pretty noisy, this pot. Okay. This one is too big. Okay, now I'm going to start. Here. The 3 cup chicken is 1 soy sauce, 1 rice wine, and 1 sesame oil. But I have the library asked me to prepare a lot of food for everybody because we assume there will be 50 people. So that's why I cook a 50 people sample portion. But now, if you have a pen or paper, you better write it down because I don't have a handout to give out. These 3 dishes is all in my cookbook. The cookbook is Chinese and English both in a recipe book, yes. So now the 3 cup is these 3, but they are not equal amount. So the sesame oil is about 1/4 cup. But I reserve some to go to do the end. 3 cup chicken, I'm starting it. And 20 pieces of ginger, like slices, like this. Ginger, 20 pieces. A lot, right? Do you eat so much ginger? Yes. Somebody say yes, must be a Chinese. Yes. Do you know ginger is so good for you? I immigrate from Taiwan, where I married that guy. I have to come here. He's smiling. Huh? So, Taiwan is subtropical weather. Here, for me, it's cold. It's very cold. I used to have a short hair, but when I go to San Francisco, I feel cold, very cold. So I cannot adopt the life here until I drink ginger tea every day because ginger will enhance your circulation. So this way, because you are drinking the ginger tea, I drink it every morning. Then I'm not afraid of cold anymore. And this is very good for elder people who maybe lie on the bed and doesn't kind of like do a lot of activity. So drink the ginger tea is very good. I drink every day, and then, but to make yourself, you put ginger in the water and then cook with some brown sugar. So it is like a dessert. Every morning I had a drink, but I didn't make it every night myself. I bought some instant. You can just add hot water and you can drink it. Yes, in Chinese supermarket. Okay, now I'm going to drop it in. This is garlic. Garlic is 20 cloves. 20 cloves. I know you think, I look at the American, like, I went to Gilroy, like, Garlic Festival. So they have a lot of recipe there. And I take a look. What? 1 cloves of garlic. 2 cloves of garlic. Are you sure this is a Garlic Festival? You should put this dish in the Garlic Festival recipe, right? 2 cloves. You know the Italian cuisine. I actually known as a Western food chef. I'm not teaching my student cooking Chinese food. I teach fancy food like duck confit, beef Wellington, French macaron, the dessert, French macaron. Because the Chinese New Year celebration, so today I'm cooking Chinese food. Ooh, you can smell it, right? We should keep the door open so people, because we still have an embassy seat, right? And we have enough food for everybody. Okay. So, okay, The ginger got brown a little bit. Then you know the Italian food, there is a way of cook the whole bowl of the garlic, right? You cut off a little bit top, and then you drizzle with the what? You drizzle on some olive oil and bake in a bake. They are very sweet. So, and the garlic is good for you. There's a garlic concentrate. It's good for your body as well. So this is definitely a good dish. Good plus good dish. Okay. Now, no. It's just like the Italian cooking. They roast the whole bowl of garlic. Yeah. So now this is a lot. Everybody, you will be happy. This is green onion. I have a little green onion cut to 1 inch. This time I could do a little stir fry to get a different flavor. Oh my goodness, smells so good. So this chicken is about this size, okay? Like this size, or a little bit bigger, it's fine. So then you give the chicken a little stir fry. Huh? 2 pounds. Yeah. But here in my hand is more than 2 pounds. Okay? 2 pounds is good for 4 people. But we are doing a lot, so.
What bottles again that you started at the beginning? Rice wine?
No. Sesame oil.
Sesame oil.
And then stir fry the ginger, garlic. And then now I'm putting in the chicken.
But the
3 cups. Oh, sesame oil, soy sauce, and rice wine. Huh? Not yet. In the 3 cups, I only add sesame oil so far, and I didn't add a total amount because after a long time cook, the sesame oil goes away. So the smell go away, and then usually this smells so good. In the end, you want to garnish with sesame oil. So I preserve some for the end. Okay? And then I'm not only cooking today, I'm going to share with you some Chinese culture. So the first of all, during I'm cooking, I have to stir fry this to be a little bit like chicken had a little bit brown outside. So I'm not only known as that, I'm a dancing chef. I'm a dancing chef, which actually I major in dance. I was a dancer and I teach dancing, professional dancer for 10 years when I moved to my second job. And then I turned again. 10 years later, after I graduated from the college and I was a dancer and then I teach dancing for 10 years, I became a sales in pharmaceutical company. I was selling like chemotherapy medicines and infertility hormone and like menopause, those medicine for 10 years. Yeah. So I learned a lot from doctor, but then I met my husband, so he is from New Jersey. But he was working for a Taiwanese company. He went to Taiwan for like quarterly for the meeting, sales meeting. The color changed a little bit, right? Okay, now I'm going to add sugar. Here. 3 tablespoons. 2. So he's from New Jersey, and then I married him, I have to come here. But he lives in California. But my parents-in-law actually live in New Jersey. So the first time I met my mother-in-law, parents-in-law, was pretty stressful. It was Thanksgiving dinner. They come over for Thanksgiving. Can you imagine it? And I was so nervous, and then it's just like Chinese New Year banquet, like Chinese New Year Eve, the dinner. It's just like your Thanksgiving dinner. It was quite stressful. Honey, you want what menu you want? I want a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. And as a Miss Perfect, everybody call me Miss Perfect. I do things, I like to do it like well. Yeah, perfectly. So I decided I took a class like a turkey workshop. I did a turkey workshop. Then, not more than that, believe me, and I ordered ahead, like organic, never frozen turkey, you know. And then what I did, I went to library. I flip up, I check out all the cookbook that has Thanksgiving, turkey and the side dish. Okay, now I say, what the other cup? Soy sauce. Soy sauce is 1/3 cup. I check out all the Thanksgiving dinner menu. Make a lot of adjustment because each menu is different. Has each special or some special ingredient like sweet potato. They put marshmallow or something, a lot of stuff, and then put more sugar. For me, sweet potato is already sweet. Why you want to put more sugar? I have no idea. But I know that I would not put more. And then this Thanksgiving dinner was yummy. The turkey was really yummy. But then 2 years later, I went to culinary school. And that was like 2 weeks right after my we go into the school, study 2 weeks later. Then it's a Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving holiday. So our chef teacher, actually he cooked for Pop before, and he also owned many restaurants. But he is elder, retired, so he went to culinary school, become an instructor. And then he would like in the class, last day of our class, and then he tell us, I said, kids, I know, you know, it's a Thanksgiving day. Your family will expect you contribute something because you are in a culinary school, right? So you know what he did? He was so nice. He hand out whole set of Thanksgiving dinner menu for us. Yes, the recipe. And then the first year, I studied really hard and prepare my Thanksgiving dinner, right? Whole set of menu. I add him. It was outstanding, trust me. Like we will have a gravy when I follow I adjust his recipe into my recipe. And then I cook this gravy. That night, my husband goes, whoa, that's like unbelievable turkey. He asked us to put the whole bottle of wine into the bottom of the dripping. Like when you roast turkey, right? You have a lot of like onion and garlic on the bottom so you can create steam. So he used a whole bottle of, but don't worry about the kids because after 2 hours cooking, turkey roasting, all the alcohol is already gone. But it was so good. The drip is so good. Let me tell you, the whole set of Thanksgiving dinner. Since then, I'm so relaxed. Thanksgiving, I'm just like, I can nail down very well. The whole set of the Thanksgiving dinner menu is in that book. Yeah. And now, you know, I'm going to put the rice wine. Rice wine will be half cup. Trust me, I'm not only prepare the Thanksgiving, the meal for them, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's every day a fancy meal. As an Asian, for us, Western food is only high-end restaurant. Actually, when we go to a restaurant, it's like a fancy restaurant here. Yeah, so Western food for my standard or my view, it has to be fancy. So I'm not cooking like now I know actually you guys eat very simple, just bread or something, right? Like you tell me, Miggi, you don't need to be work that hard. I just want to laugh over. I actually went to New Jersey. I cooked this Thanksgiving for my parents-in-law, and their whole family, 6 kids with their spouse, almost every kids, and then grandkids. I cooked this set, so it's American approved. Even my American friend, they had my Thanksgiving meal, and they say, wow, they bought cookbook from me, and they just like it. I say, and then they told me another comment. They say, how come I'm American? I'm buying a Thanksgiving meal cookbook from an Asian. It's quite funny, but it's a very, very good recipe. Okay, I'm going to let it hang here. Let it hang here for like 8 minutes, okay? For the 2-pound chicken, it's 8 minutes, but we have, today I'm cooking almost double. But I'm going to switch thing. The second dish, I'm going to start the second dish. And my cookbook is very exact. I'm not like a little salt, a little sugar. No, I have how many gram or how many teaspoon of the ingredients. Are very, very clear. Every recipe is from me. I write it. So everyone, you follow it, you can make a good food.
It's in Chinese.
And English both. Recipe, story, story is in Chinese. Story is in Chinese, but the recipe, nearly 100 recipe inside. They are Chinese and English. More than that, after one recipe, I have a bottom tip, which I tell you how you make the change, adjustment to make more dish on the bottom.
And is there a translation of the story in Chinese?
I'm doing it because I got a request. An American lady bought my book and then he wrote me a note. He said, come on, you have to give me, I want to know all your story. I said, okay, I will start to work on. So I will publish in Chinese, in English, but maybe not perfect yet. But I will do it, yeah. So I will give it out, the translation. I really, my husband's sibling, they say, I really wish I can read your story. And I decided I will translate into, yes, sake is rice wine.
Yeah, so same thing.
Yes. But if you really want authentic Taiwanese food, I suggest you use a Taiwanese rice wine. This is Taiwanese rice wine. Even the vinegar, all the ingredients. When I cook, when I teach Western food, I have to run like 2 or 3 supermarket because I cannot get this and this, like Costco, that in Trader Joe. But today, all the ingredients you saw today are all from Ranch 99, Chinese supermarket. It's very easy. And get the Chinese ingredient to get the authentic. I'm going to tell you the story why. I am very happy that I have the ability to cook the food for people and to make people feel like happy with their home cooking. Because I went to New Jersey, actually took care of my mother-in-law, and she had a cancer. At the time when I took care of her, I cooked German food for her because I know how to cook German food. I learned from school, and especially because my mother-in-law is a German, so I kind of pay attention on German food. Actually, a lot of people don't know the German food. When we were in a school, in the end of the class, the student was like, wow, it's really yummy. You just never think about German food. I have a whole set of German recipe in the book too. So I cooked German food for my mother-in-law, and at the dinner I asked her again for lunch, right? And at dinner again I asked her, Mom, what do you want? He said, can you just, I have a new dish come out, but she said, can I just have you heat up the leftover from lunch? Because all she wants is family food, the family taste from her childhood at the time when she was very ill. So I think you really, if you want to make authentic call Chinese food, you should just follow the way the Chinese say in the cookbook. You cannot, like, if it's only 3 ingredients, you have to just cook 3 ingredients. You cannot just add anything else. Because you add anything else, then it's not Chinese food. It's not authentic. It has to be, if it's simple, it has to be simple. This is a very tricky, that's what I think. And I believe I have to respect the original, that his story become this dish. So I always pay attention on that. So my cookbook is very authentic, got approved, because actually I host a German party in Germany with my German family. Like I have very good German friends, and in their home they make like a rye bread. I write about the culture. So that's why this lady, after she listened, she said, I want your food. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make this. Okay, so
Can I just say sorry about this?
yes,
Kind of confused me on how many people you're giving us these numbers for in the chicken dish.
chicken dish is for 4 serving.
4 servings, 2 pounds of chicken, 4 servings.
Yes,
Okay, 20 cloves of garlic.
Yes.
Still for 4,
yes, for 4 people.
just seems like a
No,
lot.
sometimes 3 people only because it's too delicious. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you the spring roll. So I pre-made some because don't have that much time. Okay, now this is shrimp. The recipe also in my cookbook. And even Chinese, I know here have some Chinese friend here, huh? But what you had a spring roll, somebody called it egg roll, right? And I would like, when I just immigrate here, what is egg roll? There's no egg in spring roll. So you better call it spring roll, not egg roll. Okay, so I grind up the shrimp, but it doesn't need to be like finely chopped. It just has to be like loose in original shape. That's enough because it's easier to apply on this spring roll. So this spring roll even special for Chinese because this is tofu and the shrimp. The tofu is already eatable. You don't need to cook. You can just eat the tofu. We make it into a cold dish sometimes. Just open the package and then mix it with some ingredient. We eat it as a, and tofu has a soft and silky tofu or medium foam and foam. There's a many foam. It's just about the moisture, how much moisture content. They also have a one, the usually is like this package this thick, right? But there is another kind is very dry, very less moist and called dry tofu, which is like roasted tofu. They're like this thick, just like this thick. And many of them, they're in brown color. That's something I'm going to teach you is the third dish. It's called mustard sauce of Chinese, mustard sauce. M-A-S-T-E-R. It's a very important sauce. Yeah, but I cannot cook it here today because it requires a long time cooking.
What is the wrapping?
The wrapping is called spring roll pastry. You can find it in a Chinese supermarket in the frozen section. Frozen section.
Pre-made.
Huh?
Pre-made.
Pre-made. Yes, pre-made. And come in frozen section. Yeah, you use it before. And then, so shrimp, and I add, chop up the green onion. I chop up green onion and a little ginger, which I told you I didn't finish my ginger story. I have an elder friend. She loves cooking. She's like my cooking partner. Love cooking very much. So I often got, when I just came here, I learned a lot from her. But she has this problem. She loved cooking. So she used too much of her finger. It's like arthritis or something. So it's always feel painful holding thing. Then I told her, I said, ginger is good for you. You can soak ginger hot water with your leg. Enhance your body circulation. Or I told her, why not you soak your hand in ginger water. So she grind up the ginger, heat up the ginger water, soak his hand. A week later, he called me up. Dear Miggi, my 10 years of disease is gone. Cure. If you hit something, you have a blues. You know, Chinese is famous on the herb. You know, there's a cancer treatment. A lot of cancer is from plant, which is created by Chinese. So ginger is a very special thing. For me, I love ginger. If I don't eat it, I feel cold. If I feel cold, I eat it, then I don't get cold. So here has a shrimp paste. I have to check the cookbook. I forgot because I made you. Okay, and then green onion, finely chopped, and then ginger, finely chopped. Then white pepper. Okay, white pepper. So then I mix well. Now this tofu here, it's a silky soft tofu, which I already put it one day, like earlier. I lined up with kitchen towel and then cut up like small pieces like this thin. Did you see it? Like this thin, very thin, okay? And then I season with the salt. So they are a little bit dry. If it's too moist, you dump in, it will be, this is like a triangle, but not triangle, like the point yourself. And then you have one piece of the lined up like this. Okay, lined up like this. And then you put the paste. Put the paste on top. Okay? And then you put another piece of tofu on top like this. And then you roll it up. Can you see it well? You roll it up. And then until in the middle, one side and one roll and the other side and to finish. Okay? So now we have this corner. We have to glue it. Otherwise, when you deep fry, they open, right? So what is in here is starch. Any starch will work. Cornstarch, potato starch, cornstarch, potato starch. We are going to reduce the juice in here. So also make the flavor go in. And then the the juice would kind of reduce. Very good, well performed, the stove. So, and then I add a little water. It became like glue. This is our glue, just water and the starch. Any starch work, okay? So then the glue is like a spring roll, not egg roll. There's no egg, okay? No egg. You know, the Chinese New Year, like last Saturday, I make a 10 courses food meal, and I invite my here. I invited my Chinese friend over, my American friend. Actually, the whole set of the recipe book, I want to have a melting pot because I think I really like a different culture. That's why I make friends with the Indian. I have a South American friend. I have German friend, French friend. I host a French student in my house. And I think to learn from them, no matter they are student or what, it's always like a rewarding for me. So I kind of like hope you can understand Chinese more. It's just like 10 of my American friends got invited to my house, got treated 10 very special banquet food. This is us Chinese do, hospitality. This is the way we give it out the best. Like my job right now mainly is not cooking demo. This is not my really, okay, drop, like if this is oil, right? Don't do like, don't just let it go, no. It just put halfway in, you will be safe, and then you drop it, okay? Don't that dumb, because it will be flash, yeah. So like almost halfway in, and then you open up, let it drop. So you will not be dangerous. And you don't drop too much inside. I will tell you, most of people don't like to eat deep fried food, right? The reason is what? It's feel greasy. But I went to China and I went to Chinese food. I find out it's not greasy. It's not greasy. The reason is actually, you know, the French fries, you need to deep fry 2 temperatures. One is first to lower temperature to cook all the way through, make the potato cook, and then you take it out. Take it out after it cool down. Then you enhance the temperature, oil temperature, to it really hot. Then you dump in back of the potato chips. The second time you cook into crispy. Not only crispy, actually you push out all the oil, and then it's not greasy anymore. For spring roll, you just need 1 temperature. We call hot or very hot. Okay, so they cook. As soon as they turn color a little bit deeper, then it's done. Because I mentioned shrimp cook very fast, and the tofu is already cooked, so you just need to cook skin, pretty much. And if you put too much at once, you drop the temperature. So you don't want to do that as well. You want to like not make them crowded. Don't make the food crowded. Let them be fried. Okay. Canola and the olive oil. And you will question me, right? Is olive oil deep fry okay? Right? Will you ask? Let me tell you, yes, it is okay. It can deep fry. The reason we got trained not to use olive oil, only one reason, because it costs too much. Otherwise, the oil can sustain for like a high temperature. Yeah. The thing we don't promote is because the cost of the olive oil is too expensive. Yeah.
How about butter?
Ooh, this is smell good, right? Have I make you hungry? Oh. And this is not hard, right? There's not required, like, not too many skill, actually.
So how long does it go into the oil?
How long? Until it change color, like outside cook, like this. Only need to deep fry once. Yeah, but it's a hot heat, so it is in a hot heat. No, you don't need to do that. It's easy. I'm lucky I got... Everybody, all my students tell me, like, your husband is a lucky man. Not true. He is lucky to eat, but bad luck to wash dishes. Right? Yes.
We chew what we can.
Any question? You can ask me any question.
What is this dish called?
Don't ask me my social security number. I'm not going to tell you.
What the name is of the last dish?
The name of the last dish? This one? Spring roll? The last one is called beef shank, cold cut. Beef shank cold cut. Yes.
There's a lot of different kinds of tofu. There's a soft tofu.
Yes, I just,
tofu, and
yeah.
maybe coconut tofu.
I use Selkie, the soft tofu. Yes, I like to use that because
That's too soft.
yes, it's too soft, but because the softness in the mouth, the outside is crunchy, inside is soft, and then plus the shrimp, so the taste is really, really special. That's the reason. Maybe like handling, if you never handle tofu, it's a little bit hard. It's called soft tofu. Yeah, it's a soft tofu. So far, have fun? Yeah, Foster City Library's librarian, they say, you break our record. Never have so many students here. Because I also host a TV show, a food and wine pairing, so. No, I'm lucky. I like to meet people too, like share the culture. So, because Chinese, I have in another, where in the Bellman Library, a lot of Americans, they buy book from me. They told me because their Chinese friend treat them very nice. So they bought a copy for their Chinese friend. And they asked me to write Chinese to say thank you. And, they told me they treat, the Taiwanese friend treat them to the best restaurant you call Ding Tai Feng. It was Michelin recommend restaurant in Taiwan. And they opened branch in here in Sunnyvale, right? So it was really good. And she said like her Taiwanese friend treat her that. I was like, wow. So that's why she bought a copy for her friend. And also because I think the Chinese, I always encourage you, the reason I teach Western food to Chinese is you really should adopt the life here. You cannot just come here, eat Chinese food, make Chinese friends. You have to learn, because your kids grow up, they have a classmate that they want to eat what? Western food. And I have a lot of students, Chinese students, like age of 50. They came to me, they say, Chef Miggi, I want to take Western food dishes from you, a private class, because my kids doesn't go home eat. They want to eat Western food, which I don't know how to cook. So can you come to my house and teach me? So I told a lot of the case, or it's just like a 40 years like student, they say the kids doesn't want to eat Chinese food anymore. Yeah, they really, because their classmates are American. And I'm not only make American food, I make Italian, French, and South America food. Finish up the dish. Here, it's a lot, right? I got the whole package in Ranch 99. And believe me, I'm going to put all of them.
What is that called?
This is Thai basil, or you call Asian basil. Do you see it's a purple here? If it's a Italian sweet basil, it's green, right? But this type of basil, it's sweeter, but it's pungenter. Like their aroma is stronger. Their aroma is stronger. And you can just put a lot, actually, because you should put a lot, because this is the main flavor for this dish. In Taiwan, this is the most popular dish, popular dish for beer house. If you go to, we have a street, whole street is all beer house. And you go in there, everybody has this dish because everybody must order 3-cup chicken. It's so good. So I'm going to dump all in. Yeah. And when you eat it, you will know why. Ooh. Every time I feed people, I feel happy. So I'm so happy that I can cook German food for my mother-in-law, because especially when she wants a family taste, her kids' flavor. I make the Spätzle, which is a teardrop egg noodle in the book, and then Roulating such a German food, very good. So the juice has reduced. And then, okay, so this one is done. I'm going to turn off the fire and we can try it. Then I'm going to teach you the third dish. Here I already made. Here. Okay. I already made here. Yes. Okay. So here, the mustard sauce is all the list of the spice. You cook with the Chinese soy sauce, rice wine, and then a little bit, you still put the sesame oil in it, and then rice wine. And then you put all this spice. What is this? Huh? This is cinnamon, and this is cardamom. Black cardamom. I got it in Indian grocery store. This is cardamom, black cardamom, and then cinnamon. And Sichuan pepper. Sichuan pepper. And then licorice. It's like Chinese herb, licorice. Yes, licorice. Licorice tree. Licorice tree. And then cloves. Cloves? Oops. Cloves. And then fennel. Fennel, yes. A lot of them, right? Or you can put some orange peel too. Orange peel inside. And then, I know to buy a big package is a headache, right? So I put everything divided and put everything in this one bag. This is a cheesecloth. And then I wrap it in like many of them. Seal it, put in the freezer. So, but if you don't know how to, and you don't want to make yourself, you can buy it in the Chinese supermarket. They have like for mustard sauce, like we call 卤汁香料. Yeah, you tell them that all the spice all combined in the bag. Just tell them that, and they will help you find it. There's no 卤汁, yeah.
Is that the brand name?
No. It's a sauce, mustard sauce. Mustard sauce. Master. M-A-S-T-E-R. But you go to Chinese supermarket, you tell them mustard sauce, nobody will understand you. I promise you. Yeah. Because this is learning, I got this word, it's perfect to say this one. Because if you learn this sauce, you pretty much learn 1/3 of Chinese family cooking. Because we make this sauce, right? Then we put this beef shank. Beef shank is where? Here. This part called beef shank. There is a front shank and a hind shank. This is a hind shank. You can cook both in the front shank or hind shank, both. It's just smaller. The front is this big. The back is like this big. And this is the best meat in the world. See, look, take a look. This is transparent. Did you see it? Is it fat? No. This is no fat. They are all tendon. They are all tendon. So it's a gelatin. It's good for your bone. Like arthritis, you eat glucosamine, right? People go buy that. You just eat this. Enough. But this part of me, because they exercise. Like right? Like exercise. Okay. Because they exercise. What? I'm a dancing chef. Okay. Yes. Because they exercise. So the meat is what? Very tough. Definitely not tenderloin like that. Tenderloin you put in the roast, it's okay. But this part of meat require lower heat and moisture cooking. So you have to cook in something liquid. Then it will come out very good. But it's worthy. Why? Because I cook 4 of them together. I told you Chinese what they do. Beef, put the beef in. If this one is mustard sauce, beef cooking it, chicken cooking it, pork cooking it, dry tofu cooking it. I like to cook what? I like to cook carrots and potato cooking it to get a very good flavor. And then after they dry, I recommend you after cook, right? The cook is probably has 40 minutes, slow fire for 40 minutes, so they are done. So there are many of them, and I wrap it very well put in the freezer. And I always have an extra dish for my party, always. And thin slices. This just one shank. So I cut it this way, I decorate this way. And then the finish to garnish is easy. Here, this is cilantro. Usually we garnish with the cilantro. Here. You know what? Cilantro. Cilantro you can eat stand. The parsley you cannot eat stand. The reason is that parsley stand is bitter, but cilantro stand actually has a good flavor. So chef cook with the cilantro stand as well.
How do you say Chinese for the Chinese basil?
Chinese basil, 九层塔. 九层塔, yeah. We Taiwan call it 九层塔. All you call basil, they don't know. You call Thai basil, people know. But this dish you must use Thai basil. Okay, the garnish sauce. Let me tell you, this is already flavorful. Trust me, all the mustard sauce flavor is already found into there. But there is a trick. This trick applies to Western food or Chinese food. When the protein cool down, they will absorb the flavor. So you want to make the meat cool down in the sauce, in the refrigerator. So when they cool down, you will absorb the more flavor from the mustard sauce. Imagine the mustard sauce has all the soy sauce. Actually, soy sauce is it's called umami. Japanese create this name called umami. It has it's like a meat taste. So it has a very good, that's why Chinese food is all about soy sauce. It creates a umami. So it's already, but it is dry. So when you eat, you do need a sauce. This is the mustard sauce. I cook this. But you just put out some of them, a drizzle on the top. Yeah, this is drizzle on the top. So you make the meat moist is the reason you put this. Otherwise, it's already flavorful. Okay? And then to garnish both, here I say what? Garnish with the sesame oil to bring out good aroma. Same as this dish. Just a little bit. Drizzle a little bit.
What's a good sesame oil?
Huh?
What's a good sesame oil?
They didn't give me royalty fee, so I'm not going to say any brand. I'm not going to say any brand, no. You just find something nature unfiltered. I like unfiltered. And today, now, during your eating, I'm going to share with you with some Chinese food and white pepper. I'm sorry, am I answer you? No? I'm sorry, I really don't know. I just picked the one. Actually, from my hometown is best, but I won't be able to find it here. But I find this brand name is pretty good.
The reason I ask is because there's so many out there, and sometimes
I think this one is pretty good. This is from Japan.
flavor.
Yeah, that is from Japan. And this is the brand I like to use. Smell pretty good. Yes.
How did you make a
I'm making joke.
That's the sauce you put it on the top of the cookie?
I put the soy sauce, water, wine. My recipe book in the book has all the spice or soy sauce and rice wine. Cover all the meat and then you cook it, and then let it cool down inside. So remember, if protein will absorb the flavor. So when you put anything that is a protein, egg, right, in the refrigerator, what you will do, you have to cover it very, very well. I recommend buy a vacuum seal machine so you can keep your food always the same flavor, not changing flavor after they absorb the flavor from refrigerator. So this dish is complete. But this is just a family style. China is this big, right? In China, Western South has a place called Sichuan. Do you know Sichuan cuisine specializing? Hot, spicy, yes. Hot, spicy. Then we use we can use this chili powder or chili flake, it's okay. And then we add, this is Sichuan pepper. Put it together, put together. And then we have it a little hot oil. This oil is hot. Okay? So the aroma will come out. This is the chili oil, how they make chili oil and the Sichuan pepper oil. You can buy chili oil or Sichuan pepper oil in Chinese supermarket. And then you drizzle on the top. Okay, now you're going to eat it, right? This part is spicy, this part is not, okay? I know somebody doesn't eat spicy, so this is a Sichuan flavor. You just drizzle in here. But actually, for this case, because this is spicy, right? So don't forget to do what? Put more sugar, because spicy food need a sugar to balance. So in this case, mustard sauce directly I can just apply. But if you want to make in a spicy version, add more sugar. Yeah, add more sugar. Did you get it? Okay. So what else? Okay, then this dish is done, and then our spring roll is done. So we can start to eat. Now is what time? Yeah, perfect. 5 more minutes. Then I can, okay. So I would need your help yourself. I will cut this for you. Okay? It's messy here. Can you take your food yourself? Because it's hard for me to.
Buffet style.
Huh?
Buffet style.
Buffet style, yes. Buffet style. And everyone, one of the. Oh, and
I serve the chicken.
hold
to
on.
people.
I have
Fine.
to.
I'll give people chicken.
Yeah.
They can
No,
get
no,
their
no.
plates and I can.
Move this over so
You want to just move it and let them do it.
so it will be safer because you don't want to apply
I'm
in
gonna
a
turn this off
distance.
because your power is
Okay,
out.
okay. Here. Hold on. I'm going to introduce the last thing. Spring roll sauce. Can you give me last 30 seconds? So this is a vinegar from Zhenjiang, which is the most famous vinegar from China. And this is a plum sauce from supermarket. And you just blend in to go with your,
You want to cut these in half?
yes. Go with your spring roll. I have to explain Chinese food. Excuse me. Can I finish speaking? Yeah, okay. So Chinese sauce is not a French sauce. You don't eat a lot like gravy. It's not gravy.
Have a small spoon, so they can put some sauce on.
Yeah.
Here. You can use this.
Yeah. So it's not a gravy. So actually, it's a dipping sauce. Usually, any Chinese restaurant, when they give you sauce, they are heavy. So you are lightly dipping, not like apply for as a gravy. Can you understand? Yeah, the Chinese culture is like that. So we
Some of
don't
these
make,
are very hot.
yeah,
Okay. You need to warn people.
What is it, 1-to-1?
1-to-1. Vinegar and the plum sauce. You can use other type of fruit as well. Other type of fruit. Just use the hand. You don't need to pick up. Here.
Well,
Yeah, just have a little. Everybody has a little. Here.
Is this for the spring roll?
Yes, that's for spring roll. But it's a dipping sauce.
I see.
It's
Yeah.
not a gravy. Like you apply a lot. Okay. And if you guys want to buy book, it's $20 per copy, and it's definitely worth it to keep. It's not a. It took me a few years to write it because I am very. How to say? I want it perfect. So a lot of people told me your book is almost like 2 books. So the first chapter is the food and wine pairing. Now I'm going to mention about food and wine pairing because Chinese food, like this and this, all have a sugar. Sugar doesn't go with the tannin, which is the bitterness in the wine. So you want to pair Chinese food with a lower tannin wine, which definitely is not Cabernet Sauvignon. In culinary school, I have this chance to do a bunch of like 30 Chinese dishes from whole China, every region, and then I have a 20 kinds of varietal to pair with those. I find out one of the varietal is the best. It has most wider range to pair with the Chinese food. Here I want to share with you. It's called Chenin Blanc, not Chardonnay. Riesling is also good, but Chenin Blanc is the best.
Sweet.
It's a all the Chenin Blanc from the Vouvray region in France, they must have a little bit sweetness and high acid, and perfect for Chinese food because Chinese food a lot of time. By the way, Chinese food is not all sweet and sour. It's not rice with the dipping with the soy sauce. We don't eat that. Yeah, we eat this rice with this juice. And by the way, the 3-cup chicken, you will feel a little bit saltier because we usually eat with the steamed rice, plant, no other flavor, steamed rice. This is our family cooking. So everything is a little bit sweet, saltier because we want to pair with the rice on the bottom. Yeah, but we don't put soy sauce on the rice. This is not the way we eat it. Yeah. And then not only sweet and sour, because sweet sour actually is more like American food, American Chinese food. In the southern China, we more steam or just gently stir fry. It's not much too strong because sweet and sour actually occupy all the flavor in the food. Yeah. So my name is Miggi and welcome. And you can sign up your email for me if you are interested in my food and wine pairing, Chinese food and wine pairing. I would do some more in this area.
So you'll send us emails on?
Yes, if I have an event. Yeah. I will probably have another author talk in Foster City.
Okay.
Yes. And I plan to have like a Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving cookery, teach everybody in library when the day is close by. So you can come class and then refresh your what dish you want to cook for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So it's that whole menu thing that the guy gave
It's all in my cookbook. Yeah. And it's $20 per book. Anybody want to buy book? Yes. It's 20. And you want one copy?
Can you take a credit card?
Yes, I can.
Maybe this young lady had a question there.
Yes, please. I need a.
Or maybe I'll do it. How did you start cooking? Right? Is that the question?
Yes, I want her to ask that question because she wants
I
to be a
embarrassed her.
chef.
How do I start?
Do you really?
When my mom cook, she always asks me to stand next to her.
Does she cook with you? You see?
She always asks me stand next to her, and then it's still recording.
Yeah, I can take care of it.
Okay. So my mom will ask me,